Greetings, welcome to the Lukekini Lounge. This is the place for escapism, to get away from all of today's worries and woes and settle back into the previous century, especially mid-century and its pop culture. If you are listening to this via podcast and you missed something, you can always go to lukekini.com for any recipe, content, or reference. That's Lukekini, Lukekini.com. And if you prefer, you can see all this content visually on our YouTube channel. Today we're exploring exotica music, one of the smallest genres of any music category. The easiest way to describe it is a fusion of Latin jazz with Polynesian influences. You'll even hear some wildlife in the background, which could be especially soothing. It might even resemble elevator music you might hear in the tropics in the late 1950s. Les Baxter was a swing band composer who did movie scores and developed his own style of easy listening music. This eventually became known as exotica. In 1951, he wrote Quiet Village, which became a popular hit for Martin Denny. Now, before we get started with the music, we'd like you to sit back and relax with a cocktail to fully immerse yourself in the music you're about to hear. The Mai Tai is probably the most iconic of all tiki drinks, and you'll even find it on conventional cocktail menus as well. It's been used and abused, and the ingredients have been skewed so badly over the decades that it doesn't even resemble what the original might look like. But here's a simple recipe you could recreate at home without any special ingredients or equipment. You'll find a lot of different recipes out there, but this one is simple and it works. Just don't forget the fresh mint, because you really want that smell when you hold the glass up to your mouth to take a sip. You just want 1 ounce of fresh lime juice. Fresh juices are always key. An ounce of dark Jamaican rum, such as Karuba or Myers, and you could certainly get away with an Appleton darker rum. Now the next rum, you could use Martinique. It's got a more strong flavor, it's a little bit grassier, it's similar to cachaça, the Brazilian rum, in a lot of ways. So if that's too harsh for you, just use any light rum that you really like. For this, you definitely need the orge. This is an almond liqueur. You could buy it or make your own. You just simply add equal parts of sugar and unsweetened almond milk with a drop of almond extract and a drop of rose or orange water, or both. And the only other ingredient here that might vary would be the orange curacao, the Cointreau, or the Grand Marnier. All are suitable, all are great. I like mine with Grand Marnier. It gives it a much deeper, richer flavor. Simply shake all these ingredients together with crushed ice and dump the entire contents into a double rocks glass. Serve with fresh mint sprigs and short straws. And with that, we are going to listen to Les Baxter's song Mai Tai and a couple of his others. Sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Музыка и коктейли? Какая девушка может устоять?
So after Les Baxter, there you heard 3 of my Martin Denny favorites, which are also classics. Exotica, for which the music is named, Quiet Village, always a popular one, and Paradise Found. There you have a nice cross-section of vintage Exotica music, but there's more to come. A few years back, I had the pleasure of interviewing Shannon Mustafer for Exotica Modern magazine. She was not only the first African American to author a bartending book in over 100 years, but the book made it to the bestseller list. Her book, Tiki, is a beautiful hardcover book that's beautifully photographed. In every recipe, she really lets the rum sing, in every cocktail. We met at Mother of Pearl on the Lower East Side one cold February evening, and at the time, Selma Slaviak was bartending. Selma, by the way, was just in the previous issue of Exotica Modern. Hope you check it out. If any copies are still available, they always sell out fairly quickly. In any case, Shannon asked her to make a jet pilot off the menu. And you know what? It was fantastic. I was in love with it, and now it's still my number one go-to drink, even over the Mai Tai, even over a Manhattan, over an Old Fashioned, anything. This is a delicious cocktail. For this recipe, I'm going to let Anton from Fuchsia Tiki Bar take over. One of my favorite places in the Hudson Valley in New York, and one of my all-time favorite mixologists. Take it away, Anton.
What's going on, guys? Anton with Fuchsia Tiki Bar in lovely New Paltz, New York, just located about an hour and a half north of New York City. Today, we are probably one of the only tiki bars north of the city. We have perhaps one of the largest rum selections in New York State, featuring over 210 kinds of rum. Along with all the classics, you can also find over 20 different kinds of cocktails on our menu that change every 6 months. So come on down and enjoy. Today we're going to be making the jet pilot. So for that, you're going to need a couple of things. Start off with ½ ounce of grapefruit juice, ½ ounce lime juice, ½ ounce falernum, ½ ounce cinnamon syrup, 3/4 ounces 151 overproof Demerara rum, 3/4 ounces Puerto Rican gold rum, 1 ounce dark Jamaican rum, 7 drops of absinthe, and a good healthy 2 to 3 dashes of Angostura bitters. Enjoy.
If you can't see the visual in front of you, go to the website lukekini.com. That's LUKEKINI.com. Lukekini.com, and all the recipes we mentioned are listed there, as long as the music that we've just played. Speaking to the music, we have some of my favorites now from Arthur Lyman, who's actually born in Oahu, and so you're going to notice his music moves more towards the Polynesian side of rhythms with marimba tones. Tina Bez is a very interesting character. He was born in Brooklyn, New York to a Jewish father and a Scottish mother. He was put in an orphanage before being adopted by a family in Kansas. He was raised under another name, and he was a true naturist. I guess what people would call a hippie. He never cut his hair or beard. He wore sandals, simple clothes, only ate fruits and nuts and vegetables. Even when he was living in Los Angeles, he preferred to sleep outdoors and only lived on a few dollars each week. He was not poor. He just enjoyed that really simple lifestyle. No car payments, no mortgages, nothing like today where we have to have a data plan for everything and it costs you an arm and a leg just to get a signal. He actually composed songs for Nat King Cole, Sam Cooke, Sinatra, Grace Slick, and the Beach Boys. I mean, this is just a very brief history of his musical career. Quite an interesting guy and a genius indeed. So before we get to our last cocktail and the last set of music here, I just want to thank everybody for listening and let me know what you think. Drop me a line, send me some email, lukekini@email.com or lukekinilounge@gmail.com. And if you are feeling especially generous, anyone that donates $30 or more gets a Lukekini Lounge Double Rocks glass, and anybody that donates $50 or more gets 2 Lukekini Lounge Double Rocks glasses. They are in very limited supply, and I'm not just saying that. 60 Minutes did a whole report on the supply chain issue last night, and it's going to be a tough Christmas, so if you're looking for a gift for yourself or someone else, this is the perfect opportunity. Remember, the postage alone cost me $18, and I don't know when they're going to be able to get more stock in. So if you like these glasses, please grab them while you can. Like I said, they're very limited. I put in an order, the minimum order, and they sent me less than half. Also, don't forget the most current issue of Exotica Modern magazine is out. Number 13 features an article in there on the Boston tiki scene, which I wrote, but there's a ton of great writers and Folk Color magazine. Tons of great articles, music, cocktails, the tiki scene, artists. House of Taboo does a really great job, and I'm very proud to write for them. For this last cocktail, we're going to have an Eastern Dream. It's a simple one of the last vintage tiki bars in North Jersey called Chan's Dragon Inn. It's pretty much a tiki whiskey sour, and it's a break from the usual rum drinks of a lot of Polynesian cocktails. Can't be all rum all the time, so for the Eastern Dream, 2 ounces of bourbon, half ounce of liquor Galliano, half ounce of orgeat, and 2 ounces of orange juice. Add all the ingredients into a shaker, shake vigorously, and double strain into a highball or tiki mug with fresh ice. These last 2 artists, Robert Dresden and Milt Raskin, were composers who were from the big band era. They did movie and television scores, and they were approached by record labels to create Exotica albums. They wanted to strike while the iron was hot, and Exotica was hot at one time, and it still is, but it's still the smallest genre of any out there. As you will hear in this last 2 sets of music, they really did a great job. Don't forget to look for us online. Twitter and Instagram, it's at Lukekini Lounge. The website is lukekini.com, LUKEKINI.com. And if you want the merchandise, you could go to the website and see what we have there. The Double Rocks glasses are in limited supply. The book Tiki Triangle is still available. And I'd love to hear from you. Drop me some email, lukekini@email.com or lukekinilounge@gmail.com. Hope to see you back here soon. Cheers.
Hi, it's Coop Cooper from the Cocktaination Radio Show, and it's always a good time in the Lukekini Lounge. And of course, if you'd like to enjoy more of this mid-century type music, head over to my website, cocktaination.net, take the elevator up to the Sydney penthouse, and enjoy.